My life has never been anything like a fairy tale. There are no Prince Charmings, no evil stepmothers, and no pumpkins that turn into carriages. It's always been more like a roller coaster, with its ups and downs. Sometimes there are these quick turns, loop-de-loops, or unexpected twists. And life started off great, like going up the first hill of a roller coaster and anticipating all the amazing wonders that await. And then the roller coaster went over the hill, and life started to go down that hill fast. So the downhill plunge, it all started with a broken arm. You see, I was always a very stubborn child. So when I was 2 and my mother told me not to climb to the top of my brother's bunk bed, I did anyway. And at the time I was so proud of myself. Yet when I tried to get back down, I fell, landing on my arm and causing it to break. But I wasn't proud of myself after that, and neither was my mother. My parents took me to the hospital that day. My arm was x-rayed a few times and a cast was put on it. Yet my arm wasn't healing correctly. My doctor said that the cast was put on wrong, and my arm had to be rebroken. It was put into a cast again after that, this time correctly, and weeks later it was taken off. My arm had healed. Then came the unexpected twist. See, I had started to get very sick. My mother took me to my pediatrician in order to find out what was wrong with me, and the pediatrician told my mother that it was probably just a cold. So she gave my mom antibiotics to give me, and said that if I didn't get better within a few weeks to bring me back in. Well, I didn't get better. I got worse. Reddish purple blotches were covering my neck and chest. I had a fever and I couldn't stop coughing. My mother took me back to see the pediatrician. That day, I got possibly the worst news of my entire life, and that day, my life was altered forever, and that day my pediatrician sent my mom and I to the hospital, and that day I was diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia, cancer. And now the loop-de-loop. You see, the doctors suspected that the radiation from all the x-rays on my arm had caused the cancer. And after I had been diagnosed, there were so many things that I went through. Went through an exchange blood transfusion, a spinal tap, shots, fevers, late night runs to the hospital, and my kidneys almost failed. And now people always ask me how I remember all of that. To them I ask, how could I ever forget? Having cancer was a life-changing experience. Yet usually you don't ride a roller coaster alone, and for me, my family was there the entire time. No matter how grumpy I got from the medicine, they were there. Even when I was on steroids and I told my mom one day, "Get me some chips, babe," she still stuck with me. And when I told my dad at midnight one night that I wanted a hard-boiled egg, he got the cafeteria to open just for me. I'm sure it was crazy, and it was intense, but they are still riding that ride right with me. Even when I tried to make a break for it on a tricycle, when I didn't want a shot, and they were there for me when I would watch Cats the Musical 20 times a day. They were always there, though, through thick and thin, helping me to fight. And one day, I finally won. Cancer survivor. No word, phrase, or sentence has ever meant more to me than those 2 words. They were freeing. I was finally free from that horrible disease. My roller coaster ride had finally gone uphill again. Cancer survivor. So many people helped me to get there. I had to go through just so much pain just to earn those 2 words. Nothing will ever make me prouder than those words. Cancer survivor. I now have 10 years in remission from cancer. 10 years. There is no chance that it'll come back to. And sure, there will be more quick turns, loop-de-loops, and unexpected twists. And who knows when the ride will finally come to an end. But for now, I'm just along for the ride.